Tonight I wanna see the bright lights over me. Show me something magical. Show me everything I want and more. The best of the good life.
This weekend on Top Billing, Isidingo's Joanne Reyneke adores motherhood and bungee jumping almost as much. Part African, part British, blogger and influencer Mpho Lebajoa shows us around her London town. Bubbly radio personality Lindy Hibbard marries Finnish software developer Peter Lehto in a magical forest setting. Ryle de Morny shows the way for Team SA at the Lifesaving World Championships in Australia. And there's still time to kayak the 7,000-year-old mangrove forests of Adelaide. Chef Bertus Basson's restaurants have long been his babies, but now he and Marries have started a family for real. And your presenter this evening is Jonathan Boynton-Lee, bringing you the best of the family life from the home of Greg and Caryn Katz, where it's hip to be square.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to Top Billing. If you're hooked on SABC's gripping soapies, then Joanne Reyneke needs no introduction. We caught up with the adventure-loving actress on the set of her latest gig, then challenged the self-described adrenaline junkie to an afternoon that required a leap of faith. She happily took the plunge, literally.
Best actress in a TV soap or telenovela are Joanne.
Winning a SAFTA was validation for Joanne that she was good at a profession which she set her heart on the day she first saw Brooke Logan in The Bold and the Beautiful.
Tell us a little bit about your character and what similarities do you share?
Lungi is a 30-something-year-old widow, fresh widow, who is a business fixer, and she comes out and helps Bukamoso out in their time of need, and she turns things around. She is very private, whereas she carries a lot of pain, but she cries privately only. So in public, you would never know that she actually is carrying what she's carrying.
As a child in church, Joanne directed other kids in acting out Bible stories. Now, she leaves the directing to Ndabi Tau.
What makes her the perfect fit to play Lungile?
Joanne and Lungi, the character that she plays, are very, very similar. So when she comes into the show, she's gonna literally turn Horizon Deep upside down. Every time I read scripts, I'm just like, you're really doing this again? You know, so it's a fit for her. I love the fact that she got a character that actually complements who she is, and she puts a lot of herself in it, so watch out, world.
Sharing screen time with Katleho Danka could go to one's head, but Miss Reyneke is just grateful to be a working actress.
How did you react when you heard that she had in fact won the role, and how was your first day on set?
Well, I didn't quite officially know before she came on set, so I was pleasantly surprised that it was her, and I didn't know what to expect because I'd never really met her or engaged with her before. So it's just one of those things, like I say, the chemistry just worked and we just get along like a house on fire, and it makes the work easier.
Some people are just good, you know, and they ooze that attitude, and I think Joanne is exactly that, you know. It was easy to gel with her, and I mean, I've seen her work. She's grown so much. Her confidence is alive, and she's not afraid of the text. Sometimes it's either you have it or you don't.
Acting seemed as unassailable as this tower when Joanne's bursary to film school fell through. So she returned to college, where she then got a break on Mubango and did it her way.
And not only is your character fearless, but you're quite fearless in real life. Why did you want us to come and bungee jump?
It's always been a dream of mine, and we've always wanted to bungee jump. So I just figured if somebody's asking me what I want to do, then I would say I'd love to bungee jump.
Now, you've always been one of the boys as a tomboy growing up. What made you love that?
I love my older brother so much that I wished we were twins. So growing up, my mom would always dress us kind of similar, and if she didn't, I would cry. And I was always around boys. He taught me pool, soccer, running. I've never gotten the girl things.
Speaking about your mom, she raised you as a single parent in Pietermaritzburg. Did she contribute to the fearless woman that you are today?
Absolutely. I've seen my mother face the toughest challenges with a smile, with ease, with grace, and nothing scares her, which almost made me want to be her, so I think I faked it until it became an actual habit.
First, bungee class with jump master Mhlengi Gasa.
Okay, the first thing first that we're going to do to you, we're going to make this very, very tight, your ankle harness, all right?
Okay.
Once you connect it to your cord, you're going to do the final checks, take you straight over the edge over there. Once you get there, we need your both toes fully over the edge, arms in front of you. You lock them together, you keep your body straight, you chin up a beat. We count you down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either you fall like this or you dive out. Whatever you do, please just make sure you go with your head first.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And you're going first.
Yes, I am.
Can you push me?
She needs a little bit of a push.
Joanne jokes that as a young tomboy, she spent more time breaking bones than breaking hearts. She credits her independence and bravery to her mother, who walked away from a financially stable lifestyle rather than lose her dignity and sense of self-worth. A leap of faith comes with no safety net. Our guest star's enthusiasm is infectious, and Ayanda just had to follow.
Did you love it?
That was the scariest thing I've ever done. In my...
Lipstick on her teeth and all.
Joanne's been dreaming of doing this for the longest time.
Joanne, this was so scary for me. How was the experience for you?
It was one of the most amazing feelings next to having my kids.
I must say that you just went for it.
Yeah, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to know what it feels like. It feels like you're jumping to your death until you get yanked. It is amazing!
Do your two kids share your same adventurous spirit?
My son more than my daughter, but you'll see just now at Bouncyland, he is like his mom.
The talented Miss Reyneke always wanted to make her mother proud, and her own children are her other motivators. She wants her son Elake to respect women, and her daughter Mpho to have a positive female role model.
Mpho, what makes mommy the coolest mommy on the planet?
You don't know?
I know.
I know.
Mommy likes taking leaps of faith.
Oh, that's a good answer. She's the shy one. I told you. That's the one.
How have your two wonderful babies impacted your life?
They have helped me grow. They've forced me to be an independent person, because when you've got somebody depending on you, you stop looking around. You know that you are the end and the beginning. Yeah.
SAFTA award-winning actress, a mom, where do you find the balance?
I've got an amazing nanny, and I've got the world's most bestest friend who makes sure that if I have to be away, she comes to my house, makes sure the kids are okay. They have a father that is present, and I've just got a good support structure around me. And my people want to see me live out my dream. So whatever I need, they make sure that I get it. Yeah.
She chooses to be around those who make her a better human being. Friends like Tando Tusi, who keep her down to earth and treat her like a normal person.
Tando, Joanne calls you her ride or die. Where did this friendship blossom?
She's definitely my ride or die. It blossomed in Pietermaritzburg, I think 21 years ago. I was only 7, she was about 9 years old. And since then, we've just been riding this life thing together.
How does it feel to see her having accomplished so much?
If I'm not mistaken, I remember us being little kids playing on the backyard and her talking about these things, her spitting it out to the universe, and now it's all coming back, it's happening. So it's amazing to see her flourish and actually her dreams come to life.
As for her children, Jo is a force of nature, not pushing them, but walking life right beside them.
Joanne, respect, girl, respect. It's now obvious why you can play such fearless characters with ease. It's clearly a case of art drawing inspiration from life.
Next, London-based vlogger Mpho Lebajoa shows off the work of SA's Vanessa Gounden. Then we attend a magical woodlands wedding.
We sometimes struggle to keep up with the jet-setting Lorna, and this month she's been hanging out in London. But not alone. Our globetrotter met up with the very stylish Mpho, who was only too happy to take Lorna shopping, sipping, and skating.
From the moment Mpho and her sister Nyane began posting these distinctive images, they inspired young women to be individuals. Their styles also reflect the maverick spirit of London.
It's always so lovely to meet a fellow Southern African in London. What brings you here?
Well, my parents moved here quite a while ago when we were still young, but we've kind of been moving around a lot in the UK. We've kind of settled now here in London, my sisters and I. What I love about the city is that it's just so vibrant, it's so diverse, and I love that it's so like cultured as well, you know.
You're a fashion blogger and an influencer. How did you get into that?
Well, when we first moved here, we kind of got into thrifting, charity shops a lot, and Nyani, my sister, started a Tumblr page, and then she started posting pictures of the both of us. So people kind of got intrigued, and they were like, oh wow, twins, you know, their style is so different but yet so similar at the same time, and it's very like complementary with each other. So basically the page just kind of like garnered a lot of attention from there, and it just kind of went crazy from there, really, but it's just blown up. And then we did our own Instagrams and everything, so yeah.
So I'm at your beck and call. I'm here in London for the day.
Yeah.
What should we do?
There is actually a South African-based store just down the road. So I think we should try that out. It's Vanessa Gounden. Yeah. So let's just hit up a little bit of shopping, shall we?
Fashion is my cup of tea.
Let's do it.
Mpho first got to showcase her look on non-uniform days at school. She earned a BA Honours degree in fashion buying and has an educated eye for style.
Oh wow, what a beautiful store. I love it.
It's so beautiful, yeah. The designer, Vanessa, is quite well known for her trench coats, and her pieces are quite like wearable art, you know.
I love that. I'm getting so excited. I'm all about a good trench coat and just looking around. Should we just go shopping?
Let's do it.
That is my kind of vibe. I love pops of color, so this definitely works, especially because, you know, London's kind of cold.
Yeah.
Very cute, right?
I think I found something.
You know what I love about a good trench coat is that you could wear it alone, or I could even wear it with these pants and it would work. You know what I mean? So yeah. Well, how would you describe your own personal style?
I don't know, I'd say my style is quite minimal. I mean, it changes a lot. It's minimal, but then I'll have some edgy pieces, kind of like these sort of trousers. So I kind of like to spice it up a bit, but keep it simple at the same time. One time I'm really like dark black colors, or summertime it's very like neutral.
So you hardly ever wear color?
Yeah, hardly, but sometimes, maybe summertime, I'll have a bit of yellow here, a bit of orange there, but it's very rare that I'm in like proper color.
This family has been gifted with the most amazing eyes. I'm like mesmerized. I think it's time for a selfie. Do you like to do slay or do you like to smile?
I don't know, I feel like if I'm smiling, it's too friendly, you know?
Oh, I like to smile thick.
And you always need like more than one, even when someone's taking my picture.
Girl.
I hate it when someone's like, and that's
speaking my language.
You might have cropped up my wig or something, you know. So
I think let's try another outfit.
Let's do that.
Fabulous.
So this is the rest of the store. Quite open space.
Yeah.
But my favorite collection is in there.
Okay,
so
well,
let's walk it through.
Oh, there's so much color.
So beautiful, isn't it?
It's so pretty.
I love the aquas and the organza fabric.
Organza is always great. I mean, especially for the summer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Oh, look at that. You know what? I think I'm just gonna stop right here.
I think I definitely have to try this piece.
How cute is that? It's like a little Pokemon-like little thing. It's so adorable.
I love the detailing here.
Yeah. What would you say are some of your style trends that you absolutely love at the moment?
At the moment, I'm really into the whole leather vibe look. So they do these kind of like jumpsuits which are very utility style, or they'll have like a long leather dress. But I really also love like the 70s, because the flares are in at the moment. Because it's winter time, and so like a cord, that type of vibe, and suits. Suits are very in at the moment, so that's my favorite, but it's hard to wear them when you're 5'0", you know. You kind of have to take it in or something.
But I feel like you're one person that can just kind of rock anything, because your personality is so bold and big and daring.
Thank you. And if I have safety pins as well, then I can rock it, you know.
Well, that's the trick, kids. Always have safety pins.
Yeah.
Now I know that fashion is definitely your thing, but what are some of the other things you love doing in the city?
I really love going to like festivals and day parties, obviously cocktails with your girls or something. But obviously now it's winter time, you can't really do much festivals, but there is this rooftop skylight bar which I would love to take you to. They do some ice skating as well, so should we check that out?
Well, I'm all about trying new things, so let's go.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
An unwavering support in Mpho's career is her mother. Instead of pressuring her daughters to pursue academics, she saw their flair, encouraged them, and often takes Mpho's pictures.
Put your back into it, girl. What was your childhood like?
It was quite fun, you know, like we've moved around quite a bit for like normal people, I guess, in a way. I was exposed to different, you know, cultures and stuff like that, every single place we went. But because I was always with my siblings, it was like quite comforting, you know.
So you're like a little bit of a hippie, right?
In a way, yeah, so nomad or something. Yeah, I love moving around, but because my family's done it quite a bit, I'm very used to that.
Would you ever go back to South Africa?
I would definitely go back to SA or Lesotho, you know, if I'm there for like a couple of months, because it's always nice being back home, you know. It feels cozy, it feels like something that you know. I miss the food, I just miss the whole like home vibes, you know what I mean? Because it's quite different to being here.
As distinct as London is from Lesotho, so Mpho and Nyane's personal looks are from one another.
We've come to know your beautiful personality through your sister. How do you try and kind of separate the two different brands?
I feel like we're similar, but at the same time, we're quite different. But people know her for her hair and all that. Like, I couldn't pull off the colors or cuts that she wears. For me, I'm kind of more demure. My style is a bit laid back than hers. So we have similar interests, but different. But we're also extremely supportive of one another, you know. So it works that way. There's no animosity, jealousy. I'm rocking one of her wigs today anyway, so, you know.
You're so young and you literally have the world at your feet. What are your plans for 2019?
I'm looking into creating like a hat brand in future because I always used to wear hats. It was kind of my vibe. It kind of goes hand in hand with the type of music that I listen to. So hopefully that will happen for me.
I guess it's safe to say cheers and to an absolutely bright future. Team.
Yes,
it was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Miss Lebajoa's statement of independent style has been heard far beyond this city, and the world of fashion is far more interesting for it.
We're all big romantics here at Top Billing, so we were sure to RSVP fast when we got an invite from bubbly radio personality Lindy Hibbard and her software developer husband from Finland, Peter Lehto, to their magical Woodlands wedding.
This classic in the Paarl winelands is named after a nearby waterfall. Peter couldn't have chosen a better setting to propose to the love of his life.
The last time we were here was a year and a half when he gave me the biggest surprise of my whole life and went down on one knee. There was a table set for two, little picnic table. He'd arranged my favorite flowers in the whole world, hearts made out of rose petals, champagne, a picnic. It was breathtaking. And when we arrived here, I said to him, "Oh my word, we walked in on somebody's picnic."
I was very nervous, terrified if I was going to drop the ring, if I was going to drop it into the waterfall behind us. It was basically a blur.
It was really special. I remember everything.
Yeah.
Whimsical Lindy and practical Peter might seem very different, but they share the same passions.
He had me the minute he opened the car door for me.
That always works. What are the qualities that you love most about one another?
Peter is extremely reliable. I can count on him for absolutely anything. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's very, very kind, and he's a big romantic.
I love that she has a very big heart. She loves the outdoors. We go hiking and running. We love traveling together. She's so easygoing. She does pack quite a lot, though.
Yeah, I do not pack light. Yeah, he's a light packer.
Lindy's dress was an Italian lace-covered custom creation by local designer Cindy Bam.
Cindy, what are some of the trends this season?
The biggest trend is the illusion bodice, like Lindy's got, with the lace applique on. And fitted dresses and big poofy gowns are also a big trend. The lace we chose has got little leaves, and that actually goes with the whole forest theme. And then we have it decorated with glass beads, rhinestones, and some sequins.
Lindy, how do you feel about the dress?
It's incredibly beautiful. So much work has gone into it, but at the same time, it's feather light. It feels like it's been painted on me. And that's what I wanted as well, something that I can dance in, move in, walk in, that I don't feel restricted. And I love all the beadwork and the lace. I'm such a girly girl, so this is just me through and through.
As a nod to Peter's childhood playground, the Finnish forest, the couple decided on a woodlands theme, which was put together by wedding planner Sanne-Marie Jacobs.
Less is more is what I think of when I think of Lindy. Because she's so elegant herself, I think more understated decor is her personality. the meaning of the flowers were quite important to her because roses, especially white roses, are her favorite. So she wanted to incorporate roses for purity. She wanted some orchids for love, and freesias and hydrangeas were also very important. Hydrangeas for thoughtfulness. So this is sort of what we try to incorporate in the decor on the tables.
The pink embroidered cushions decorating the seating areas were created by Lindy's mother, Cheryl, while Jean Stain baked something for everyone into her cake.
Peter and Lindy actually gave in a request that they each have their own different flavor cake. So Peter's request was the carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting in between the layers with the walnuts. And then Lindy asked for a chocolate cake with salted caramel and chocolate frosting in the layers. And then I added a little extra zhuzh to the layers, and I ground some chocolate Oreo biscuits and sprinkled each layer with that. And the top tier is a vegan chocolate cake.
Peter produces electronic music, so you'll often find him at music festivals with a headset and a tea. This time, however, he chose an Italian suit.
It's been a lot of preparation and a lot of hard work, but the day has come. I think everything's going to be perfect.
I actually introduced the two of them, so I can claim that. And being married is all about compassion and empathy for each other and embracing each other's qualities and negatives. I think that the two of them have a great balance and they're best friends. So I think that it will be a long and prosperous relationship, and I wish them well.
As the face of a professional makeup brand, the bride is naturally glam. And as her sister Hayley Hibbard knows, there's substance to match the style.
I think Peter and Lindy are perfect for each other. They seem to have such similar interests in life. They both have a passion for music. They're such easygoing, carefree, loving people, and I think they are just such a wonderful match and a wonderful fit for each other. I cannot wait to just get to the venue, walk down the aisle, say I do, and yeah, I'm jumping out of my skin. I'm so excited.
Here in the Overberg, a walk in the forest is a little warmer than in Pete's homeland. But for the mother of the bride, Cheryl Hibbard, the elements had come together in perfect order. When Lindy came into view on the arm of her father, John Charles Hibbard, he found himself reliving her entire life to this point.
I'm walking down the aisle with her and I'm thinking, this is a little baby that I had with a Monchishi hair. I'm happy. Cheryl's happy, husband's happy. I'm honoured, I'm flattered, I'm floored.
Very proud.
And I, Peter, take you, Lindy.
The couple wrote their own vows, to which Lindy's mother added a little wisdom.
I think marital advice, I'd say, I think if they can always remember to have respect for each other, they will have a good married life.
They trust each other, they're good friends, and I think they laugh a lot. Yeah, and they're dependable on each other. They're very reliable with each other. I think they'll be a good couple. They are a good couple.
Lindy's on-air radio partner is Smile FM's Bobby Brown, and they present the breakfast show together.
So I know Lindy now for about 4.5 years since she's come onto the breakfast show. I spend more time with Lindy than Peter does in the course of a day. But I've got the benefit. While I spend more time with her, I also get all the nice side. And then I get her grumpy at the office, and then I send her back to Peter, which is brilliant. But he also has to tolerate me because we only see each other once in a while. So I get the best of Lindy and Peter. I love it.
What makes them such a perfect couple is the friendship that they have among them and the special connection. It's something I haven't seen before, and it's something that should be cherished, and they deserve to have each other. Yeah.
Today was absolutely everything we hoped for and so much more. We were so lucky. Everything went 100% according to plan. The weather was incredible. Our family and our friends were here. The food was good. The music was good. We nailed our first dance, and his speech was next level. I promised myself the whole wedding I wasn't going to cry. He had the entire room in tears. Future plans? I think we're just going to enjoy being husband and wife. Enjoy this time. Maybe take a year. Have fun, just the two of us, and maybe after that, some little mini-me's.
Before the mini-me's arrive, Lindy and Peter say they're looking forward to more travel in 2019, for which Lindy will probably still overpack.
Lindy, Peter, we wish you the greatest of happiness, and like those oaks and poplars, may you live a long, fascinating life together.
Coming up, what's so exciting about a square house? Step inside this design by architect Greg Katz, and all questions will be answered.
Architect Greg Katz is no stranger to top billing. Known for his creative use of unusual elements, his magnificent family home in Johannesburg is testament to his ability to see the potential for magic in any material.
Greg's take on thinking outside the box is to start with the box itself. Wanting to minimize the impact on the environment and maximize energy and space, a square design is first prize. His and Caryn Katz's home requires less maintenance, heating costs, and offers greater convenience.
Greg, Caryn, as soon as I come into your home, I'm intrigued by the interesting use of shapes, colors, and textures, especially this big blue door.
Well, we spent quite a bit of time thinking about which kind of blue, and it just turned out this was a happy blue. It announced the entrance, people knew where the front door was, and it just really worked to have a pop of color on the entrance.
The blue door is not the only pop of color. I'm noticing some yellow framework.
We were thinking quite a lot about primary colors, and you have the blue door and you have the terracotta red of the face brick, and then we thought, why not make the aluminium frames bright yellow as a kind of contrast and to complete the primary color set.
They first built this workspace so Greg could be on site every day to supervise construction. As a voice artist and coach, Caryn now boasts one of Joburg's most talked about studios.
So to complement the cube that is our home, we built a cube of black rubber, which is our studio. Caryn has her voice studio on the ground floor, and I have a small architecture practice, which I run from upstairs there. And it's clad with board, first timber board, and then we used recycled rubber from car tires to cover it with these black rubber shingles.
We lovingly call it the armadillo because those scales kind of remind me of the scaly armadillo.
The leather and wood interiors lend soul to this area. For a 4-meter high space in such industrial materials, it feels surprisingly personal.
Maybe you also notice how high the ceiling sort of feels, and that kind of gives this a lot of breathing room and a lot of the light. So it just adds to, I think, the flow of this whole downstairs area.
We're very anti-passages. We like the spaces to flow into each other and be multi-purpose, and that's how you get the maximum spatial efficiency, because the future of our planet actually depends on that.
I mean, you've also definitely noticed our floors, and this is one of the best surprises about the house. Greg sort of told me in the planning that he was going to try to do these great big diagonal strips of vinyl flooring, different shades of blue, which I was kind of shocked and a bit horrified. How's that going to even look and work? But yeah, I think it was one of the most successful elements of the house.
In contrast to the vinyl, the cabinets are birch veneer.
I've noticed that the wooden finish is continuing to the kitchen.
Yes, the wood is kind of warm, and that offsets and complements the concrete, which is, it sort of feels cooler.
Here, around their granite countertop, is where all family indabas happen.
This is my favorite spot down here. It's kind of HQ. So this is our meeting point down here. The things that I think keep us coming back to this as the hearth of the home is actually literally the fireplace.
The fireplace also doubles as the only structural support in the center of the home, so everything else is just open.
That's the heating taken care of, and whatever the season, this is how they let the sun shine in.
All right, teacher. So at first, the first thing I noticed is how there's so much light that comes in here. I would say it's because of the ceiling, but also because of the white walls.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a giant light well, which is very important because, you know, it's a square plan for efficiency, but there is that need for natural light in the middle of the home.
I'm sure you notice our bush-hammered concrete staircase. Yeah, I love how rough and natural it looks.
It's non-slip, eh?
Totally not.
Yeah. And it has a really nice texture underfoot.
when you look up, it actually looks like if you're looking into heaven.
I know, it does. Exactly. And so this is upstairs. This is also quite an interesting visual trick because it just looks like this floor to ceiling big wooden panel. And I love that it kind of gives that feeling of these really tall doors.
So what's on the other side of this door?
Oh, that's where the 3 naughty boys live. It's our boys' rooms. I hope they'll take you through a little later.
The understated color of the carpet and rubber in the bathrooms merges with that of the walls and ceilings, while keeping all of the upstairs cozy.
I'm usually a fan of walk-in closets, but you guys don't need one because you've got so much space in here.
That's right, it's one giant walk-in closet.
And bathroom and bedroom, all in one.
All in one space. It worked so well to have not this, usually I think 2 separate rooms. You obviously have your bathroom and your bedroom, but now we've just got one flowing integrated space. Our basins, our bathroom and our bedroom are just in one little cozy nook.
I hear the boys have arrived home, so we'll leave you in their capable hands.
9-year-old Zachary takes after his father.
Zach attack. How you doing, bro? You good? Let's go. Yeah, there we go. So tell me, how did you decorate this room?
Well, I put posters up there. I put my Captain America and my Batman clock, and I got some soccer books and ordered them, and I've got like giraffes, and yeah, that's it.
So what is your favorite item in this room, and what do you do when you get here?
So when I get home, I go into my desk, I draw or read, I do some homework, and then I build some cities because I want to be like my dad.
Don't tell me you're a Liverpool fan. Please tell me you were forced to put that poster up there.
I'm a Liverpool fan and I put those up. And I've got a picture of Salah, Mane, and You'll Never Walk Alone.
Not in this house anyway. Everyone has their own ensuite, and for drum-playing 7-year-old Charlie, the concrete shell offers fine acoustics for him to express himself.
Oh, Charlie. How are you? High five. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to tell me what is your favorite thing in this room?
The favorite thing in the room is my fish. You can see over here I have like 4 fish. 4 fish and a sea snail.
Yeah.
They're very nice. They help me fall asleep, and I don't worry with my fish there. It's not like I'm alone in my room, like they're there.
Zachary, Charlie, and little Joseph watched their father use this project to explore everyday materials and construction in new and unexpected ways. With many homes to be built in our country, may they grow up to see their dad's designs make a difference across the land.
Guys, great job. Wow, Charlie. Thank you so much for allowing me into your home. Your home is as incredible as your family, from the armadillo office to the incredible pops of colors. It was amazing, but I won't forget that Greg scored a goal and we have to celebrate.
Yeah.
How about a dance?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready? Is everyone ready? The floss?
Let's floss.
You ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
And Zach, it's okay to support Liverpool.
A beautiful home for a beautiful family. Greg, Caryn, thank you for inviting us in, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more of your work very soon.
Next, our Ryle de Morny aims to defend his title at the Lifesaving World Championships and gets a bird's eye view of Adelaide.
If you didn't know, our very own Ryle is a champion lifesaver. He and his team, who are members of the False Bay Surf Lifesaving Club, recently competed in the World Championship in Adelaide in Australia. They somehow found time to explore the beautiful surroundings, and yes, things get wet and wild.
Team South Africa's combined open and youth squads finished 6th out of 34 countries, and Ryle led the way, again taking gold in the open men's flags. Ryle is our most decorated World Championship medal winner for fastest man on sand. But our excellent team result hinged on silver going to PE's Mandy Maritz in the beach sprints and on stellar performances from Tariq Hassim, Megan Kreft, Siobhan Clark, Andrew van Dieman and Melissa Corbett. A celebratory paddle was in order.
Absolute pleasure to meet you, man. I've got the whole squad here. We are so excited. What can we expect from this kayak tour?
Well, Elise and I, we're going to take you out to the mangrove creeks, the shipwrecks, and hopefully see some dolphins as well at the beautiful Adelaide Dolphin Sanctuary here in Port Adelaide.
Well, where do we begin?
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get ourselves a buoyancy vest. So you've all got your buoyancy vest there. Make sure they're nice and firm. You've got all the buckles done up and your zip. Make sure that it's not too tight because this is what's going to keep you alive if you fall in. I don't think that's going to happen because you're lifesavers, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Good. I think you should be fine. Okay, let's get them on and let's get our boats ready to go.
Just a day down under and you realize how environmentally aware and organized the Aussies are.
You might have thought as you came down on the way here, hang on, it's a bit dirty, a bit industrial, how can I expect to see something beautiful? But this area used to be a landfill, and at the moment this area has been cleaned up for a long time, and what we've got is a beautiful ecosystem ready to be explored. So we're going to be taking these kayaks out for a bit of an adventure. We're going to be going into the mangroves and we'll teach you how to paddle in those areas, and then we're going to all help each other down to the ramp, get on the water and paddle as a group, and we'll be seeing the sights. We're not here to set the pace, we're just here to tell a few stories and keep you guys safe while you explore this area.
The sanctuary is part of South Australia's largest port and has a number of sites dating back to the earliest inhabitants of the mangroves, the Kauma Aboriginal Nation, though attention soon turned to the current occupants. It was in 1998 that these dolphins were recognized as a separate species from other bottlenose dolphins, and they let you know it too. You're not allowed to get too close in case you disturb them.
James, that was incredible. Thank you so much. The dolphins at the end, yeah, that was something special. I noticed they were very small though.
So most of the dolphins here, in fact, well, all of them are Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins. And they live here and they live out on the local Adelaide coast. But this is sort of their home, their nursery, and this is where they spend most of their time fishing, learning how to teach their babies how to swim, teach their babies how to breathe, and how to be dolphins essentially. It's their home, it's their nursery.
What makes this place so special that there's so many dolphins that you can see?
This place here, as you can see, is a very complex ecosystem. The mangroves holding this place together, thousands and thousands of fish, insects, and bird life have abundant food sources here. It's so protected from the swells from the ocean itself that this area is really able to produce a large abundance of smaller food, all the way down from plankton all the way up to dolphins themselves. So this ecosystem is precious and it's pristine, and the ongoing efforts to clean it up by the local authorities have made it that where you can come down here on any given day and enjoy amazing array of bird life, 40 dolphins or so that live in this area, and get to paddle out in the mangroves that we saw before, which was just stunning, a magical jungle.
That mangrove forest that we paddled into was really something special. It felt like we were traveling back in time. How long has it been here for?
Well, that forest is around 7,000 years old, so it's well established. In fact, the mangroves themselves have almost created the islands that we are on now. Local Ghana people used to come to this area and use this area for a lot of hunting and fishing, and they've been able to use this area for thousands of years as well. And so there's a strong sense of ancientness, I guess, in this place. And when you're paddling through it, you can really feel that you're going back in time and really feel you're part of something that's been here for a long time.
Well, I think what we did see today was truly special, and I can't say thank you enough from myself and the team for sharing that with us.
Oh, absolutely our pleasure. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks, guys. Mandy, for you, you've just worn your heart on your chest and represented your country in a competition, and you've got a brief bit of downtime now before you've got to do it all again. But what does this mean to you right now?
Well, it was a great experience just coming out and resting the mind, just getting it off competition mode and just relaxing, kind of like a little bit of an active recovery, paddling with the dolphins, and so just to like refocus. It was awesome.
Siobhan, we've trained together for the last 2 years and it's been grueling to say the least, but coming out here and getting these small little victories before we've got to switch on for competition, what is that like?
Jeez, it's been a long 2 years. We've had some blood, sweat and tears on the line. It's good to have these 4 guys going into a tough Championships, and it's nice to just come down to the mangroves and just chill out, reset. A good old comp that we have, and as the team of 4 to go for gold, I think it's a nice time to just take our chill bond and smash it on Friday.
What most South Africans know about this city is the Adelaide Oval, home of Aussie rules football and site of many cricket tests between the Proteas and Australia. Scott Bray sees it in a different perspective.
Scott, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I can't wait to do this rooftop climb. I just want to know, what can I expect from it?
Wonderful. Roof climb sounds like the experience for you. We're going to check out the Adelaide Oval from above. And at the top, there's a special little point where you can test those nerves with a 50-metre high lean out, right from the very top point up here.
But first, more of this total approach to safety from Australians. They sure do gear up.
Lovely work. So you can jump out from there. We'll start making a few adjustments. Okay. First one we're looking for is the orange loops off to the sides. Just grab a hold of that, throw your thumbs on through, stick the bum out and punch away from yourself. Just get it snug around the leg, you don't want it too tight. Beautiful. And then we're just going to neaten up all the loose straps, so pretty much the long tails that we have, and a trolley to keep you attached.
All right, so one more thing I think I'm missing out on is, where do I get a pair of those?
Oh, these trusty keepsake, my golden wings. We'll see if we can earn you some today.
Cool, let's go.
Scott has watched a packed Adelaide Oval of some 55,000 fans cheering the run-up of greats like Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee. He's seen Adam Gilchrist and Ricky Ponting hit sixes into these stands. Artists from AC/DC to David Bowie and Michael Jackson to Guns N' Roses have all played this ground. The place echoes with history.
You gonna show me how it's done?
I can do. So we talked about adrenaline. This is where you might start to feel it. Okay. This is a 50-metre lean out. You can stand behind it. Heels back and sit. Get to that. And just from there, it's just hang out. You can roll over, check out. You underneath. She's a fair way down, but
I'll keep
right. Sure, it's good. It's all good.
And lean.
And bum back. Woo!
Oh man, that's a long way down.
The grass is soft, it's all right.
Oh man, that is awesome. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, mate. Well done, bud.
That is how you do Adelaide. Welcome, welcome.
Ryle's take-home was how similar we are to Australians in so many ways, which explains our great rivalries, and may they never end.
Ryle, a big congrats to you and the rest of Team SA on bringing home that bronze medal. You've made us all very proud.
Coming up, restaurateur, author and cooking show host Bertus Basson introduces his family and insists a chef and a pig can be friends.
We love giving you a taste of the good life, and that's something award-winning chef Bertus Basson does best. Ryle caught up with the culinary maestro at 2 of his 6 restaurants, as well as at home, where he found something delicious in every kitchen.
Chef Basson's restaurants reflect his varied interests, from his signature dining experience at Overture to a wine bar and even a burger joint. He may not have finished high school, but food and countless happy customers have been his university.
Your food philosophy is rooted in traditional South African culture, but how did you take these traditional dishes and kind of put a modern twist on them?
So my inspiration comes from just being South African. Stuff that grows in my garden, meeting South Africans in their daily food journey and being inspired by Magwenya and cook sisters, and that is what makes up our food. And I think it's up to sort of my generation of South African chefs to be very proud of South African food and produce and to take it to the world.
Did you ever think that your success would lead to multiple restaurants and a TV career?
No, I think my career as a cook started sort of with the mind of, you become a cook and then you're like, I want to become a better cook, and I become a better cook, and you move up in the ranks from a chef de partie to sous chef and those sort of things. I think becoming a business owner to start off with was actually quite a big step in my life. Owning more than one business is actually becomes more serious. And then the TV career sort of just came sort of haphazardly along, and it just sort of stumbled upon us, or we stumbled upon it. And it's interesting, and it keeps us busy.
Named after the Oak City of Stellenbosch, Acre is the latest addition to Chef's collection of restaurants. He opened it in the same year as writing his second book, Being Bertus Basson, and he's been filming season 3 of his hit cooking show.
Acre is not a meal, it's an experience. So when you come to Acre, it's about a 3-hour meal. It rounds off to about 9 courses or so in total. And it really is about experiencing South African flavors.
Oh, you're exciting me, and I can't wait. So what are we going to prepare today?
Mullet, grey mullet.
Yep.
And this little fish is very cool because we get it fresh like this, and this comes from an initiative called Abelobi that empowers informal fishing communities to formalize their business and supply restaurants directly. So fresh harvested, and then this is quite cool. We're going to do it in pork. So this is the same fish after salting and drying. It's the same thing done in 2 different ways.
Bertus innovates, but in a way that customers can still relate to the core ingredients and flavors in the dish.
So a tiny bit of pork that we grate onto the plate, and it gives you like a super rich, pungent fish flavor. It's incredible. It's super unique flavors, and what's cool about it is that it's not too far-fetched. It's everything you would have had them before in your life somewhere along the line. It's not too alien, but it's still quite special. Enjoy.
I really thought the fish was going to be quite overwhelming, but it's got a nice balance to it. This is awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Very nice stuff.
Yeah. Enjoy the bowl, man.
Thank you.
On a par with his own entrepreneurial drive and love for his work, Chef credits his wife, Ryle de Morny, as being central to the success of all that he turns his hand to.
Ryle, does Bertus like to cook at home, or do you like to cook as much as he does?
It's a bit of a mixture of both. I enjoy cooking as well. Bertus cooks though for army, so we have leftovers for the next day when he does the cooking.
So how did you two meet?
I had a hot dog caravan called Divorcial, and this chick came walking past, and I said, "Can I sell you a hot dog?" And she was grumpy, and she was like, "No, I don't want your hot dog." And then she mumbled something about, "I'm coming to your restaurant on a Sunday in any case." And that Sunday she came to Overture, and we realized that we actually knew each other from Nelspruit. We grew up together. At some stage we were like in the same church, same high school, same primary school sort of thing. But that's sort of how we met.
At their wedding 4 years ago, that Vosrol featured again as they gave each guest a cookbook with recipes of the wedding and other dishes which told the story of their relationship.
Do you have a restaurant that really stands out from your travels?
So a few years ago, we were lucky enough to get a table at Osteria Francescana in Modena, in Italy. And when we ate there, it was the second best restaurant in the world, and the year after it was the best restaurant in the world. And it's a restaurant that I think has changed many people's opinions on food and what food should be, especially with regionality of how regional food can be. And we ate there, and we sort of came, the next day we drove from Modena to Milan. And so I think for the first hour or so, we just didn't talk. We were still processing this experience that we had.
You recently started a family.
Yeah, so we've got actually have 7 chickens, 3 dogs and a pig, but we've got a little boy called Theodore, and he's absolutely the light of our life. He's very busy, but he loves being outside, and yeah, he's a wonderful child.
Bertus can't believe the fun he has being a dad, hanging out together in their veggie garden.
Why do you think it is so important for you to grow your own veg and to have a garden like this?
I think it's like people think it's because I'm a chef, but I think everybody must invest like a little bit of time and effort into growing food. But I think above everything, above the nourishment and so on, I think seeing things come to life that can keep you alive is actually the greatest joy. Let me introduce you to one of my best buddies. It's Kom Speckles.
Hey, Speck.
He'll definitely come out for a treat.
What's up? Oh, he's awesome, eh? Speggy, how are you?
So it's not every day that you have a pig buddy, but no. Like it's It's interesting. So he's been with us for about 4 years, this guy.
Okay.
And obviously he's not a meat pig, he's a friend. So we'll never even think of eating this guy. But I still love eating pig though, like it's one of my things. So.
Don't say that around him.
No, he knows it.
But as I can't help but notice, you've got some very significant, interesting tattoos over there.
Yeah, man.
Mind explaining that?
Of course. So, I work so much that I've always started to keep my family with me. And it's Madely's fingerprints, Theodore's first heartbeat, and then all my animals. And I think just, obviously the people are understandable, but if an animal, a dog or a pig, for example, dedicates 10 or 15 years of his life to you, it deserves a place of honor. So I take my family everywhere that I go, which is quite important.
The restaurants, books and TV shows reflect a real original South African chef. That's why they work.
Bertus, good luck with all your exciting new ventures. I look forward to your new cookbook, and you'll probably open another restaurant by the time I finish reading it. That's a wrap on tonight's show. It was jam-packed with dynamic people doing the things they love with passion, and we hope we've inspired you to do the same. Until next time, good night and God bless.
The party continues next weekend as the Queen's Plate Racing Festival sees a parade of high fashion. Springbok Steven Kitsoff caps an outstanding year by marrying his lovely partner of 7 years, Amy Steenkamp. And Ryle de Morny goes walkabout in Oz, making friends with the locals on Kangaroo Island.